Namaste, Aham Darshini. In this video, I'm going to explain the 16th, 17th and the 18th shloka from the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In case you've missed the previous video, the link's right below in the description box. You can go to the link and watch the video. And for people who would like to listen to the explanation in Tamil, I've done a Tamil version of it too, so you can watch the explanation done in Tamil. The link's right below in the description box. Now let's jump right into the shlokas. Let's learn how to chant these shlokas and then we'll try to understand the meaning of these shlokas. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakhulas Sahadevascha Sughoshamani Pushpakau Khashyascha Parameshwasaha Shikhandi cha Maharathaha Drishtadhyumno Virathascha Satyakischa Parajitaha Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithivipate Saubhadrascha Mahabhahu Shankan Dhadmau Prithak Prithak. King Yudhishthir blew the Ananta Vijaya while Nakul and Sahadev blew Sughosha and Manipushpaka. And here, Ananta Vijaya is the name of Yudhishthira's conch, Sughosha is the name of Nakula's conch, and Manipushpaka is the name of Sahadeva's conch. Along with them, the excellent king and an extraordinary archer, the king of Kashi, the great warrior Shikhandi, Drishtadhyumna, Virata, and the invincible Satyaki, Drupad and 5 sons of Draupadi, and the mighty armed Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra, all of them blew their respective conch shells. Yudhishthira, being the eldest of Pandavas, is addressed as king in this shloka. He always displayed royal grace and nobility, whether living in a place like a forest or living with all the riches in a castle. He got this title by performing Rajasuya Yajna, a royal sacrifice which earned him tributes from all the other kings of the world. In this shloka, Sanjaya also calls Dhritarashtra as the ruler of earth. The real reason for this appellation was to remind Dhritarashtra of his duties as a ruler of the country. With so many kings and princes participating from both sides in this war, it was as if the entire earth was split into two sides. It was certain that this mammoth war would cause irreversible destruction to the country, or even to the whole world. The only person who could stop the war at this juncture was Dhritarashtra, and Sanjaya wanted to know if he was willing to do that and bring peace in the country. Now let's move on to the 19th shloka. Saghosho dhartarashranam hridayani vyadharayat Nabhascha prithivim chaiva tumulo vyanunadayan. In this shloka, Sanjaya conveyed to Dhritarashtra that the tremendous sound of various conch shells was shattering the hearts of his sons, whereas he did not mention any such reaction from the Pandavas when the Kauravas were creating such a commotion by blowing their conches. On hearing the conch sound raised by the Pandavas, the Kauravas were fearful as their conscience pricked them for their crimes and misdeeds that they have committed in the past. They were relying solely on their physical strength to fight the war. However, the Pandavas were confident and felt protected as the Supreme Lord Krishna was by their side, and the victory was definite. The terrific sound that was raised from the conch shells of Pandavas thundered across the sky and echoed to the heavens. Thunderous noise that they created had completely shattered the hearts of the Kauravas. Now let's move on to the 20th shloka. अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते. Sanjaya narrates to Dhritarashtra in this shloka. At that time, the son of Pandu, Arjuna, who had the insignia of Hanuman on the flag of his chariot, took up his bow, and seeing your sons arrayed against him, Arjuna spoke the following words to Sri Krishna. Here, Sanjaya addresses Arjuna by other name, Kapidwaja, which means the person who has a monkey on his flag. This denotes the presence of the mighty god Hanuman on Arjun's chariot. It so happened that once Arjuna became very boastful of his archery skills and quipped at Sri Krishna. He said, I do not understand why during Lord Rama's time the monkeys worked so hard to make a bridge from India to Lanka with heavy stones. If I was there, I would have made a bridge of arrows. The omnipresent Lord smiled at Arjuna and asked him, Alright, go ahead and show me your bridge. Very skillfully, Arjuna showered thousands of arrows and made a huge bridge from India to Lanka. Now it was time to test it. To do this job, Lord Krishna called upon the great Hanuman. As soon as Hanuman set his feet on the bridge, it started trembling under his feet. Arjuna realized his mistake and understood that his bridge of arrows could not have upheld the weight of Lord Rama's huge army. He asked for forgiveness, and subsequently Hanuman gave Arjuna lessons on being humble and never being proud and boastful of his skills. He also granted Arjuna a boon that during the war he would seat himself on Arjuna's chariot, and therefore Arjuna's chariot's flag carried the insignia of the great Hanuman. Now coming back to the shloka, Sanjaya says Arjuna spoke the following words to Sri Krishna after seeing the Kauravas arrayed against him. What does he really say to Lord Krishna? Let's see what Arjuna says to Lord Krishna in the upcoming shlokas, in the next videos. Thank you. Dhanyavadaha.